So, what is the angelic realm really? How does it look like there? Is it like heaven, like place, kind of place? And how physical is it? Is it not physical? I just cannot imagine a place that's not physical, if you know what I mean. Like,
Yes, I do.
to some degree, I can because I've been out of my body, but it was still a feeling of some physicality when I was having my out of body experiences.
It is like Earth, it is pure energy, but also like Earth, the beings there, we count on things. So, I mean, like this chair I'm sitting on, it's made of pure energy, but I believe so much I can sit on it, it appears as a chair, so I can sit on it. I mean, that's rather mind blowing, but it's not really here. I mean, it's made of matter because we count on it. So when I go to the angelic realm, that's all energy. It's not a place made of matter. But all of the angels there, we have made a decision that, all right, well, we need a meeting place. So here's the room where we meet. And we all are so used to meeting there at a certain time that it's created a meeting place. Same as Earth. So there are certain universal laws that exist here. There's the law of gravity. There is the law of cause and effect. There are universal laws in heaven as well. And there are laws that we count on in heaven. There are laws that we count on Earth. So when we go over to the heavenly realm, there are some things that seem rather physical over there. But in heaven, those laws are more malleable. They can change. So for example, when people cross over into the heavenly realm, many of them cross over and have a physical experience for a while. So you may hear of people crossing over and they've got a beautiful mansion. They've been planning on this mansion when they cross over for a really long time. Maybe this person didn't have much when they were alive, and so when they cross over, they have everything. It's a beautiful mansion, all the appliances, streets paved with gold, okay? And they live in that place for a very long time. But then at some point, there's a knock on the door, and it's one of the archangels. And they say, darling, are you ready? There's more. And they say, how can there be more than this? This is everything that I ever dreamt of. But then they actually go up an escalator, truly an escalator, and they go up to another level of heaven. And this is where they learn that the glory of heaven is not material, that they are all spirit. And this is where they learn that the true bliss of heaven is that there is no material, no matter. So it's both. In heaven, it's pure energy where you learn to exist in a non-material space, the quantum, where you're so in love with just being and in love with love that you don't need the streets, you don't need clothing, you don't need your skin. But because we're so conditioned to need that, it's like you need to graduate into it. So when you and I go there to visit, maybe in our meditations or even our near-death experiences, out-of-body experiences, it's pretty common that our minds go to an actual place. We might go to a waiting room. We go to a beautiful park. That actually is there for us because that's what we're prepared to see. We've created a universal law that we need someplace beautiful to meet with these angels. Just like if we go to the Akashic Records, many people see it as a library, when in truth, it's just an energetic place. But doesn't it help us to see a library made of books? That makes sense to us.
Now, when I think about angels, I sometimes think about accidents, for instance, the car accidents, where some people have said there was an angel that saved me, or we hear stories of someone almost taking their lives and an angel came, either like an earth angel in a person, or actually that they have seen a real angel coming in the last second and something happens and the cars are not crashing. Now, are you called to do such things like rescue people? That's my first part of the question. And the other part is, why do they show up sometimes and other times they don't, and the persons or the people die?
Angels cannot get in the way of someone's soul path or life path. So if before people are born, they mark out their life plan, not the details, but the life plan. And so that is when they're born, how they're going to be born, some significant places in their life, and how and when they're going to die. We mark that out. So if someone is about to die not in that way, an angel is sent in to stop that from happening. That's the only way an angel can come in and save a person from death. And there are specific angels that do that, and they are managed by Archangel Azrael. Archangel Azrael is the archangel of death or change. Sometimes Azrael comes in to help us. Azrael's really busy right now with the awakening. So destruction and then creating something out of the rubbish. Is that a word? Rubbish, he just said, rubbish. Doesn't feel right, Azrael. He's saying it again, rubbish. Creating something. So you think about all the concrete and then that beautiful new tree that comes out of it, or the green sprout. That's Azrael. Azrael is also in charge of sending those angels to pull someone out of the wreckage or out of the water. And then we're not supposed to really thank angels. They're just doing their job. So they're gone after that. Now, as far as me, my job description, I'm actually gonna read it in front of me right now. There is I have access to it's like a hologram. My face might look funny for a second, but I can pull it up and I can scan it. It's a dark purpley magenta color. And I can either go like this to get it to another page, or I can kind of do it with my mind. And I simply call this my job description. I'm reading it because I don't know. I really don't know. This has not crossed my mind. I cannot do this. I cannot, no, it is not in my job description to save a life. The closest I can do is I'm a truth speaker. I speak truth into someone, and I have done this. The way I save a life is in the capacity of words. So if someone were close to taking their life, that's where I would be brought in. And then with animals, I can revive animals. But this doesn't mean that anyone listening can call me to save your animal. Please don't do that. I mean, if a bird falls from a nest, which is funny, I just tried to do that a couple days ago and the bird died. So I don't, maybe I better brush up. That's all I know. Me personally, I think if an angel's going to do this, they're brought in from above. They swoop in and they do it. But since I'm earthbound right now, I don't think I can.
To watch the full video, click the link below, and I would love it if you would subscribe to my channel.